Hi there, Janet Fritzer for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Today I am doing a guest spot over at Everyday Inspiration with Christy, Crystal, Daisy, Dolly, Jennifer, and Lisa. And I am super excited to be here with them. And I got to choose the inspiration today, so I'm going to show you that in just a moment. But I'm also combining it with Scraptember. And the prompt for Scraptember is to use rainbows. So my everyday inspiration came from this photo that I took at the park, and I really liked the fall leaves on the bright green grass. And so I pulled in some papers from Paige Evans. Some of it's from her newer collection, and I think that bottom one is from one of her older collections. And instead of actually doing a rainbow, I am creating a rainbow shape with my papers. So that is how I worked rainbows into this. So I cut that paper there with the idea of making it a rainbow, and then I'm going to have a yellow outline of it as well. And then I'm going to use my edge distresser and distress it so that it's got some really rough edges. And I really like the way that looks, and the reason that I chose the colors that I chose was because of the inspiration of that bright green grass with that little yellow flower. I considered bringing in some of the color of the leaves as well, but I don't know, it didn't seem to need it, so I didn't do that. I wasn't really sure how big I wanted those rainbows to be, so I kind of just cut the edges of the paper to have the right kind of arch that I was looking for, and then I trimmed off the remaining part of the paper once I decided how far I wanted it to kind of stick out over top of that green paper that's down below. Now that green paper has kind of an ombre effect to it. It is patterned, but it is definitely lighter on one side than the other, and I really like the lighter side showing, I believe, is what I ended up doing. I liked the yellow against it better because it kind of fades out the pattern a little bit and competes less with that floral paper that I am using that has the turquoise in it. I chose that paper because it has all the colors represented, and then it also has the turquoise in it, which is the color of the shirt of my husband's cousin that we stopped and had dinner with in Chicago when we were out that way in August. So I did distress up the edge of the green paper as well, and I'm going to trim the green paper down on the right hand side a little bit once I figure out how much of the yellow edge I want to show on the left hand side, because I do want that yellow edge to peek out just a bit, and I am going to kind of pull back this corner a little bit rather than pull it back and like staple it or something like that, which is definitely possible, but the flip side of that green paper did not match at all. So I just kind of tore a section out of it. I ended up using my scissors to make it a little bit more exact, and I took one of the corners that I cut off of that floral paper that has the turquoise, and I am using that to back that little edge that is torn out. And I really like that look. I don't do it very often, but I really do like the look of that, and so I thought that was like the perfect way to go ahead and bring that yellow over and the turquoise, yellow, and green floral paper. And then I wanted that yellow edge over there, and that yellow reads like a solid to me, but it does have a pattern of some diagonal stripes on it. They're just really, really subtle. So those are my favorite types of pattern papers to use in place of cardstock, because I don't use much cardstock at all. In fact, the green paper that's on the far right hand side also has a very subtle pattern. It is green, and it has the same diagonal stripe that the yellow paper has. So I know it's hard to see it on the camera, but it definitely does. So again, it's just one of my favorite ways to replace pattern or cardstock. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull out some embellishments. I did find some of the embellishments at my local Joann's store when they had the paper for 10 for $2, I believe. And then I picked up a couple of the embellishment packs that went with this paper. And so I'm going to go ahead and use that. I cut my foam to bridge the gap of that distressed edge, but I cut it backwards. I like the sticky side to be against the photo, and then I put the glue against the paper. It seems to work better for me, and so I just cut it again on a different piece of foam, and I'll use those other pieces for something different. While I go ahead and place a few of these embellishments, don't forget to check out everyone playing along with Scraptember. There is a link to a playlist down below that you can go and check them out, and check out the ladies that are all playing along with Everyday Inspiration, and I will put links to their channels down below as well. I'm really excited to see what they've done with the inspiration that I gave them, and I feel very honored and blessed to have been chosen to be a guest designer for them this month. So, and it was really fun actually trying to come up with what the inspiration piece would be. So that was kind of fun too. Now I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put all of these embellishments. I'm trying to stay within the color scheme that I've got going already, but I am going to add this gold bit to it. And then that's going to have me bringing in a little bit of gold to each of the embellishment areas as well. So I am popping up this little bunting onto some foam tape also to give a little bit of added dimension, and it's going to bridge the gap between the two areas of the where the pattern papers meet up. The yellow and the floral papers meet up, basically. I do like this little piece that says family time, and it is gold as well. I'm going to pull the other two pieces that were underneath and make those go down just a little bit lower so that they show up underneath that piece that says family time. And I thought that was perfect because this is my husband's cousin, and we don't see her often at all. Like, I think I've only met her in person like twice, because they're in Illinois, and we don't travel out that way that much, and they don't travel out this way that much. Okay, I take that back. I think I've met her three times in person. I think they came out here once as well. But anyway, it was really great spending some time with her and going out to dinner. We also saw his aunt, and I don't have a photograph of us with her, so I just included this one in the scrapbook. And I will make note of the time that we spent with his aunt as well. I think I'm making that little area that I had cut out and to reveal the pattern paper. I'm making it a little bit bigger just because I wanted that bunting to really touch both sides of that. And it was just a tad bit shy, so I just wanted it to reach from that torn edge to the torn edge of the yellow paper on the right hand side. So again, I'm bringing in a little bit more gold over in this upper right hand corner, and it's a little bit hard to see on top of that pattern paper, but in real life it is not. I added a gold heart there as well, and I will be adding a gold heart to this little area that has a little saying peeking out from it, and one to the bottom area also. Now this little sticker that I am playing with right now, I had a hard time figuring out where I wanted that. And then once I kind of got it where I wanted it, I decided to put the title there instead, so I ended up moving it again. But I was having a hard time figuring out where I wanted it to nestle in. So I just kept playing with it until I kind of find this spot in the upper left-hand corner. And I really like it there, but then my title didn't fit, and I want my title to sit across that bunting. And I'm using this older puffy alphabet from Lawn Fawn, and I believe this is... well, I know it is discontinued, so you can't get it anymore. And I do end up using some liquid glue to help adhere those letters because they don't like to stick anymore either. So here I am moving that little flower, and I'm just going to tuck in my letters as close as they can go together. And my title is Dinner with Dori because her name is Dori. Very simple title. Your titles don't have to always be something that is extravagant or long or anything like that. Those are fun once in a while, but In this case, this just fit the bill perfectly, so that's what I went with. And then I decided to tuck that little flower down underneath the bunting instead of on top. And here I am just using a little bit of glue on the back of my hand to hold those letters in place to give them a little bit of extra staying power. And that is a really easy way for me to do it because, you know, your hand is right there already. So I just stick a little glue. I don't have to go find it on my desk, and I don't accidentally set something in it on my desk when I am done. And so this works really well for me. And then the little tiny dots for the eyes are so tiny, you can't probably see them on the screen, but that is what I am messing around with right now, trying to get them placed. But they are literally like the size of the tip of a pen. So, yeah, it's tiny. But that is almost it, you guys. I'm just going to add a little bit of white linen Dylusions splattered around, and I'm going to call it done. Thank you so much for watching. The close-ups are coming up here in just a few moments. I really appreciate the time that you've spent with me today, and the fact that you chose my channel to watch just makes my heart warm. So thank you for that. If you enjoyed this video, I would love a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel as well. Don't forget to go check out everyone else playing along with both Everyday Inspiration and Scraptember, and give them a little bit of love as well. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.